Okay, folk, everybody's asked me, well, not everybody, there was a comment asking me how this was mounted to the W6 because they were going to do a similar job on their own. This one is very heavily engineered. They've mounted it right up the front here to the original frame rails. As you can see, there's bolts through that frame rail there, behind the, or below the distributor, Maggie. Yeah, consequently my coil actually just sits in there. It's not actually mounted, it's just wedged. Anyway, that's besides the point. I'm guessing at some point it would have had a nudge bar on it that go around the front, but it possibly been taken off because, well, before I got it, it had a whack in the front of the radiator. And then I whacked it and I've got it back to what it looked like beforehand, kind of. Anyway, so that's where they've mounted that. And of course you've got your arms. Now they've also gone under the, well, down here, and like most loaders, mounted it to the axle shaft or housing, and that goes straight through the back here, as you can see from there, and they've mounted the counterweight to that. The other side's exactly the same. What have they done underneath? Nothing. Pretty much nothing. So, yeah, and I've got a flat tyre. The metal on the teat is ready to pull out of the rubber. The rubber's swollen up around the teat and it's letting air come through. I think that tire's nearly doing the same. But yeah, so they've just used a heap of bolts through here. Oh, I've got the hiccups. And yeah, through there. So if you look down the chassis rail, you can see the original rail is still there. Here we go, making a video. Yes. And obviously the pump's mounted. They've made up, I would say, that sprocket to fit the harmonic balancer, and you can still crank start off there too. I don't know what they did. Either they made a duplicate or the actual crank part was part of the original nut. Who knows? This one's not too bad. This one's all right. But yeah, the other side got all puffy around here, and it was starting to leak out of the. Well, it just didn't start. It just did leak. So yeah, same deal. Goes down there. Reinforced. What would you call that? Drag link for the steering. And the same with the rod between the two wheels, between the tie rods. You can see they've reinforced everything. Strong arm steering after all. And the hydraulic tank's mounted to this post here. So yeah, that's about that. The original toolbox is still there. Obviously it either never had a belt pulley on this tractor, or they took it off when they put the loader kit on because it would foul up with that arm. Would have been nice if they had left it on there. I might have been able to mount another gadget to it. Auxiliary pump, how would that be? You know, like you'd take it in and out of gear and have a set of remotes off of it or something, so you wouldn't be running that extra horsepower when you weren't using it, so you wouldn't be wearing out the pump. But yeah, that's how she's mounted. They're only single action rams. They're fairly decent sized ram. I mean, what's that, it's 150 mil, 6 inch ram with a big cover on it. And I did look, they are polished steel under there, they're not chrome at all. So, and that was the thing back in the day, it just polished steel. I've had a couple of beers, so I'm a bit bleh with my words. And I'm not good with my words at the best of times. So, yeah. There's nothing else really to show you about the W, but yeah, that's what they did to mount the loader kit. So I'm assuming, well not assuming, but I can safely say that if you were to remove this arm and obviously take your hydraulic hose off, you could drop one side at a time. Possibly. I don't know what they did back here. You'd probably have to cut the counterweight off, but if it was ever to be removed, you'd cut the counterweight through there or whatever, and then you could take it all off one side at a time. Oh, that's the other thing. They've got this brace across here, and literally all that does is just, yeah, take the horizontal motion out of it, stiffens it up. But yeah, so I hope that helps. It's probably no different to any other loader kit, only this is built back in the probably the 50s or 60s maybe. Pretty solid. Anyhow, the kids are screaming, so that'll do. Better go and see what they want.